Bombers or bombers play a strategic role in a country's military power. World War II, which took place in 1939 to 1945, has shown the effectiveness of Allied bombers driven by the United States US in destroying Nazi Germany's military power in Europe and ending World War II in the Pacific when US B-29. One of the most famous bombers in the world today is the US Air Force's B-52 Stratofortrees. The B-52 is the first long-range heavy bomber owned by the U.S. military and is an intercontinental bomber capable of carrying and dropping strategic nuclear bombs from a height. With a number of variants, the 1. First flight in 1954, reported by the Boeing website. The history of the B-52 began in 1946 when the XB-52 design was selected by the U.S. Air Force, which was then still part of the Army Air Forces. In further developments, a design overhaul was carried out in October 1948 when, on instructions from the U.S. Air Force office. 2. Was one of the backbones of the Strategic Air Command before it was disbanded. The B-52 bomber was one of the backbones of the Strategic Air Command SAC before the Air Defense Command was disbanded in 1992. Reported by the Britannica website, SAC is the U.S. military strategic command that functions as the U.S. Air Force's bombing force and a major part of nuclear defense if the 3. Breaking the record for non-stop flights without refueling in 1962. One of the requirements that must be met by a strategic bomber is the ability to fly efficiently over long distances. Throughout the 1950s, the B-52 had pretty much broken distance and speed records. Then in January 1962, during one of its missions, the B-52 was able to fly 12,500 miles or about 4. Capable of carrying a large bomb load. With its large body size, the B-52 is famous for its ability to carry a large number of bombs. Reported by the Air Force Technology page, the currently active variant in the U.S. Air Force is the B-52H variant, which has a bomb-carrying capacity of more than 31 tons. The B-52H is capable of carrying a variety of weapons such as cruise missiles, air-to-surface missiles, and bombs that can be used in conventional bombing such as free-fall bombs to strategic bombs with nuclear warheads. In addition, the B-52 is the only active bomber powered by 8 engines owned by T. 5. It has been tested in various wars. The B-52 is a bomber that has been tested in various large-scale wars after its operation in 1955. Almost all wars involving the U.S. also included the B-52 for its aerial bombing missions. A number of bombing missions that the B-52 has carried out in war include Vietnam War 1972, Gulf War 1991. In the book edition of the Angasa collection entitled Aircraft Bombers of All Time, the main role of the B-52 was recorded in the Vietnam War in 1972 when the U.S. Air Force carried out bombing operations against the defenses of North Vietnamese troops. In operation entitled Linebacker to Dozens. 6. The youngest B-52 fleet is currently 59 years old. As written on Boeing's official website, the last B-52H aircraft produced by the Boeing manufacturer was handed over to the U.S. Air Force in 1962, which means that the youngest age of the current B-52 fleet is 59 years. 59 years is not a young age for a defense system, but the latest and most advanced.